Hi children, welcome to ICT Learning. So this is the chapter 2 of grade 9 workbook playlist. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, there's a separate playlist for the textbook for grade 9. And I prefer you better watch those videos, the theory video first, and then you complete all your workbook activities and then come and watch this, because then you can check your answers against your answers, right? So that would be better rather than just copying answers directly from the video, right? So this chapter is about electronic spreadsheets, right? Like Microsoft Excel. So in the first page itself, they tell you to open the spreadsheet software in your computer and get to know few tools, right, in the GUI. For example, this is a Microsoft Excel view. Now you know these are menus, right? So we call this bar as menu bar. And this is about the text formatting tools. That means you can change the format of your text, right? For example, font type, font size. This is also about sizing. And you can make them bold, italic, underline. And you can add borders for your Excel. These are for color changes, right? So all these text formatting tools are available here. And this part is about alignment and positioning tools, like you can center, left, right alignments you can change, right? And here there's something called wrap test. I will show these things, merging and change the text orientation, right, from these things. So that's another part. So down here, you can have multiple sheets, right? For example, if you want another sheet, you can just click this plus button and you can create another worksheet in the Excel. Okay, so this is the first activity, right? So I will do this activity while opening an Excel. So please open your book, because I won't be showing this most of the time. I will follow the guidelines and will work on as a practical in the Excel, right? Okay. Okay. First one, when a spreadsheet software is opened, a worksheet appears. To open a new worksheet, you have to click on this new sheet button. I already told you this, right? So if you want to give a different name to the worksheet, right, you just have to take your mouse to this place and you can right click on it and then you can rename, right? And then you have to press enter. Similar way, you can remove the worksheet also by right clicking and deleting, right? Let me quickly show you those. So first thing is to open a new worksheet. So you just have to click this new sheet thing. See, you got another one. So you can get multiple worksheets like this. And if you want to rename, you can right click on from your mouse, right? And then you can rename. So you can give any name like test, something like that, and you have to press enter. So now your second worksheet has a new name. Okay. And if you want to delete these worksheets, what you have to basically do is you have to right click and then you can delete. So worksheet 3 is gone. You can delete this as well. So only 2 worksheets are available. Hope you understood it. It's really easy one. Okay, next one, activity 2.2, enter data into worksheets. A children's society decided to collect funds to purchase sports items for its students. They issued cards to fill boxes for the purpose. The details about the money collected during the weekend, money collected by each student, the balance after deducting 50 at the printing cost are entered to a worksheet. The worksheet is shown in the following page. Okay, this is the worksheet we are going to prepare, right? So let us create the spreadsheet shown above, right? On the sheet 1, they're asking you to type the number, name, Saturday, Sunday, and other relevant information, right? And they're asking you to change the worksheet name, right? Like weekend collection, and then asking you to save the worksheet. Right? So hope you know saving part very clearly, because from the small grades we have done that. So to save, you just have to go for File, Save, and in the Save you have to give a particular correct suitable location, and you give a name like collection, and then you save the button, right? So make sure while you do this spreadsheet, you always save it. You can do File, Save, or you can just use the keyboard shortcut Control S. Together you have to press. Okay, we'll quickly. So I opened up a new worksheet here, and these new columns I'm going to. So I opened up a new worksheet, and I'm going to add all these column names. And to move from one cell to another, you can just use the tab, okay, rather than using the mouse itself always. You can just use the keyboard and move, right? So these things are the headers, and they're asking you to change the worksheet name as well, right? Like the weekend collection. So they're asking you to change the worksheet name as well. Weekend collection. Okay. Right. Then there you have to save it. Okay. So I have done the saving. Right. Then we'll see what's the next steps. In activity 2.3, find total collection during the weekend for each child. In spreadsheets, formulas are used in calculations. You can use the equal symbol for the before any formula, right? In the theories videos, I have discussed these things, right? If you are very new to this, please go and watch the theory video first, right? In a formula, a cell name instead of cell contents is used. That is how we reuse these formulas in the other cells as well. So you can use symbols like this addition, subtraction, multiplication, anything in your calculations. And the result will be displayed after clicking enter after each formula. So before moving to this, shall we enter all the data, right? For example, all this data up to here, like these things. I just quickly copy this data here, so then it would be very easy for us. It's less time consuming. And can you see these two columns are very important because it has text and the numeric values both. So if you just type rs dot and put the value, Excel cannot do any mathematical operations on them, right? So first type them as the normal number, and this is a special thing, right? So this is a currency format, right? So you can change that formatting from here. See here, it's the dollar sign, but we don't want dollars, we want rupees. So go for more counting formats. And here you can select like it may be a bit different sometimes in your machine, but it's under RS. See here you have Sri Lankan one, right? So pick that. So now it's correctly formatted. If you want to add these two, then the Excel will identify how to add it. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the textbook and see what we need to do. So all this saving we have done, and we were here. So here they want to take the total, right? So the this E2 cell. Hope you remember how to name the cell. This is E2, right? So this E2 cell need to get the total of these two values. So we can have a formula like this. Equal sign is a must for a formula, and we are telling C2 and D2. Both these values should be added here, right? So like this, you can easily get the value as a total, right? So rather than we manually add it, we use formulas to add it, right? So the method one, we'll quickly see what we have to do when we want to copy these values to the other cell. When you get the first cell, right, after that, you can use the fill handle. right? I will show you this one. So when you move the mouse pointer to the right hand side of the, like in the cell, for the right hand side corner, the bottom, if you move there, you will see a small cross. We call it as fill handle. And from that one, like this, so if you click on the fill handle, and if you keep this thing dragging up to down, then all the total column values will be automatically filled, right? So that's the one method. It's the most easiest method. But second method is like you can click on your first total, and then you can go for home and copy, right? And you keep your mouse clicked and select all the total values, and then you just go for home paste. Then you can get the total for each of these students, right? And then after that you have to save it. Okay, let me quickly show you what we were discussing. So this is the total column. So here I'm typing my formula. Equal sign is must, and you have to go for C2. C2 at D2, right? Hope you understood. You are going to add these two and press enter. See, you got this value. So you can manually do it for each cell, but it takes a time. So Excel makes our life easy. So you can go for here. So this is the fill handle I told. So you can just click on it. I'm clicking and I'm dragging. See, all the values are automatically filled. This is not the same thing. This is the addition of these two, these two, these two. So these two. Okay, like that. They are adding each row values. Okay, so there were two methods stored. One thing is a fill handle. Second method is, now you have like this, the total value. So you go for home. In there you have copy, right? You click it and then you drag whole thing here and then you paste, right? So same thing can be done in two methods, but I am more familiar with this fill handle. It's more easier. So you can save this. How to save it? Either you can go for file and save. No need to save as now, or you can press Control S, right? Okay. So activity 2.4, right? You are going to find the balance after deducting 50 rupees from each of these student, right? So in the cell F1, there's a printing, and in cell G1, you have to get the balance, right? So in the column F, there's a printing cost, right? So it's 50 for everybody. So you can quickly fill that up. And for the balance, we have to use some equation like this, right? You already know how to find the equation, how to find the balance, total minus printing, So for that, we use equal E2 minus F2. So after you find the first cell value, you can just use fill handle or the copy paste function and do this very easily. Let me quickly show you. So for the printing, it's about 50 rupees for everybody, right? And you can use the fill handle like this. Go to the right hand side bottom and you drag it. Okay, so this is 50 rupees for everybody. And the balance is, here you have to find the equation. So I put the equal sign, and in brackets I'm telling total is E1 and E2, and this is F2 I'm going to use, right? E2 minus F2. See, the cells are automatically selected. So I press enter. So I get the difference, and I don't want to do it manually again and again. I just use the fill handle, drag it down like this. So I'm done with it. Okay. And make sure you save it, Control plus S, right? Activity 2.5, let us format the worksheet. Some formatting have been done to the above documents. You can see there are colors, there are borders, there are different formattings in the cell, right? In these cells. So we'll do that for our document as well. So there's a border around the cells. So you can select the whole cell range, right? And you can add a border by using this one. I already show you this one under the home ribbon. You can click this and get all borders, right? And the cells are colored in different colors. So you can use the mouse and select the relevant cell range, and you can add color using the fill color tool, right? I will show you these things. And they're asking you to make bold face headings, right? You can see all the headings of the worksheet are in bold, right? We will do that as well. And then they're asking date and information. Sorry, this should be data, I guess. So data and information in the cells are aligned, right? To align the cell ranges, you can use this alignment tool, right? Then use the number format to show the data as currency unit. We have already done this. So here they are asking you to select the cell ranges and then select the relevant currency and save the document. So you can follow this method as well. If my approach it didn't work, but it will definitely work. But what happens is from the machine itself, you are going to change your currency in the machine level itself, not in Excel level. So here we did, but in my solution, I showed you how to change it in the Excel itself, right? Okay, so borders, you select everything, right? And you go here and select all borders like this, right? And then you have to make the cells different colors. Now, if I refer the textbook, for example, the first part, this column is like orange color. So you can use, it's not orange, like amber kind of, right? Yeah, this color would go and select the cell range, go for here, fill color thing and select. It's not that one. So I want spending a lot of time to find the exact color. But yeah, let me some blue color will be used. Yeah. And this one, it's about kind of orangish color. A very light one. And this one again, a greenish color. Some I will use some dark blue. So you try to find the same colors. I don't want to spend so much time for it. Kind of a sea blue. You can go for more colors also here. You can select kind of, it's like a sea blue. This will, it's too much. Yeah. So anyway, you can go for different colors here, right? No worries. Try to go with the similar colors as in the textbook. And then you want to make the header and then go and click here, bold, right? You make them bold. And then you have to align the things. So all the data you can align from this. It's already done in my case, right? You can align like this here, the center thing, right? Yeah, currency one we have already done, right? Then you just press this one also you can press to save or Control plus S. Here they have mentioned already, Control plus S. Okay, then they're asking you to create a new worksheet, right? Obtain a new worksheet and create the following document and use the formulas as well for the necessary formatting, right? So you can go for File, New, Blank Workbook, and you can create this as a new workbook itself, not a new worksheet. Go for a new workbook itself, Okay. We'll quickly see what they're really doing. So in this one, we have item number, item, stock, sold, balance, replacement, gain total, packet, number of packets, packets per week, and grand total. Okay. So for the balance, so we have to get stock and sold. This up to this part we have to fill, right, in our worksheet, and the balance for that they have given you a formula: stock minus stock sold. And then you have the balance and the replacements. They have given some values. All these colored ones they have already given, right? And with the replacement, you have to get the total. So replacement is balance plus replacement. You can get the total. Then you have the total and packet. Like each will have 10 in each packet. So you have to find the number of packets. Just total divide by packet, right? And after that, you have the grand total here, right? Number of packets into packets per week. So if you multiply these two, you will get the grand total, right? So formatting, you have to do bolding, alignment, adding colors, using borders, and inserting a row above the worksheet, and like this one, you have to do this ABC stationery thing. It's a new thing with the merging cells feature, right? That also you have to do. Okay, so for the first row, they have told how to do it as well. So inserting a row, column, and merge the center, right? You can see the first row. It is not having any cells in between. It's merged, we call. So here in the new row, you can type anything what you want, and you can use this merge and center. So it will enable merging two or more cells and align center align your entered data. Okay, for the easiness, I quickly copy paste these values and make this bold and make these things with the all borders as well, right here, right? So then what we have to do, right? We have to go for the, let me quickly fill up all the columns as well. Okay, I filled up all the columns. So the first one we have to do, right? So balance is stock minus sold, right? So you put the equation, you get the first cell, right? C2 minus D2, C2 minus D2, right? In your book, it's a bit different. It's C3 minus D3, mainly because we have in the textbook, there's another row on top, right? I will use that one later because I want to show you the real concept. Otherwise, you will just copy the equation from the book, right? So now you have to do it with me rather than just copy the book having some equations. So don't just copy. So because here it's C2 minus D2. We got it. We use the fill handle, very easy, and fill it up. Okay. Right. Replacement, they have given different values. So you can quickly enter them up. Okay. And the total, right? So total comes balance plus replacement, right? So balance is, we'll quickly put the equation, put the brackets. So here, what is the balance? E2 plus F2, right? Replacement. Press enter. You got the value, right? E2 plus F2, and you use the fill handle and fill this up. packet, it's 10 for things. So just put 10 and you can use the fill handle and fill this up. So number of packs, it's a bit different. You have to use the equation. So you have to use the equation like this, equal and the brackets. So there you tell total, sorry. So you have to get the total, it's G2. G2, you have to divide by packet H2, right? You're done, right? With it and you fill this up. Okay. And packets per week, it's 7, right? You can use the fill handle and fill the gap, right? Okay, then finally, we have extra column. We can remove this. So grand total, how to calculate the grand total? They have given you the equation. You have to get the number of packs and you have to multiply it with packets per week, right? These two you have to multiply. So put the equation, put the brackets inside. You can tell here this one, I2 into J2. I2 into J2. So you just take this and use the fill handle to fill the values. Okay, then the first thing let me show you that one. You insert a row above like this, right? And here you have to type some ABC stationery stock information, right? And this thing, the whole cells should be merged. I told you here you can do merge and center. Like this, okay. So all the cells were merged. Click it 2 times, then it will be merged and then it will be centered. And we have done the bold of the columns, headers, like here you select it and make it bold. And the colors, here itself you have a different color. And for the rows, so wise also they have some colors used. Pink is not there. You can go here and select something like this. Yeah, that will work. And these columns, again, you have to color with different colors. So you pick the colors as you wish, right? So my colors are different maybe, but don't worry too much on it. You have to understand the concept. That's the most important thing. Right. So the values they have given, like I will use different colors, are in colored columns. That's the thing you have to notice. All the white color ones, we have to manually, like we have to use the Excel and calculate them. Okay, a totally different color I used. Okay, so that's done. Not very hard. Press the Control S. As we haven't saved this earlier, you may have to save it again in a new um, place. So all the alignments are okay. I forgot the data. You can align here like these things using alignments. Middle align here and center. Okay. So hope you understood that one. Okay. Here now, this is activity 2.6, right? This is a new worksheet. So we'll create this one. We'll fill the basic information and we'll see how this should be done, right? So quickly open a new worksheet and start working. Let me quickly enter the data so you can try with me itself. Okay, so I have filled all the data quickly. So then we'll start doing the other work. So here, this is a merge and center, right? And you can make these things bold and you can have all the borders here, right? And we can do the alignments, right? Like this. And we can quickly add the colors, right? It's kind of a pinkish color. I'm not doing the perfect coloring things. You can try these things right later on. And this one is green, kind of a green, and this is kind of blue color. These are the marks. So I'm not using the exact colors. You can try this with later with similar colors. It's kind of yellowish color. Yeah, we'll feel like that. Yeah, then so we did the bolding, alignment, added colors, added borders, and this one. Yeah, we have done that, the centering and merge in the top row. And the orientation, this is the most new thing you're learning here. So here you are going to change the orientation of the columns or rows. Like, so before that, better to improve the space, increase the space. So you can just do it by dragging the mouse among the columns or rows, right? So then you can increase your space of your columns or rows, the width, right? And after that, you can change the orientation. So you just have to select the cell range and you have to click this orientation icon. And from that, you have to select the particular orientation you want to move. And they're asking you to change your worksheet to mark sheet and save it as the whole workbook with this name, right? We'll quickly do that and see. Okay. So for the orientations, for these things, you select and you can select the orientation icon like this. So they have used this format. So to increase the width like this, you can do, right? For example, for columns, you can do like this, right? Yeah, and they're asking you to change the worksheet name. Right click and change the worksheet name as Mark Sheet. And they're asking you to save it. So you can save your file here with the name first term marks, right? Then in activity 2.7, they're talking about using functions, right? So to calculate the values in range of cells, we can use functions. So usually you have to start with equals symbol to begin the formula, and you can include any function you want. And when you're writing the function like this, you have to include your cell range, right? You start with your first cell and the last cell, and in between to denote it as the cell range, you have to use the colon symbol like this. So there are so many functions. For example, to calculate the total sum, you can use sum function. To calculate the average, you can use average function. And to count all the cells with numbers only, you can use count function. And to count all the cells with all the data, that means which are not empty. They will calculate all the cells which are not empty if using count a function, right? So they're asking you to open this earlier saved file. We have already working on it. And then they're asking you to use these functions to get these relevant values saved, right? So we'll go back to the worksheet. We have to do a few things, right? Here we have to get the total, average, max, minimum, these things also we have to fill. We'll see how to do it. Okay, so to start with total, it's very easy. Equal sum, right? And they have given actually the cell ranges also, but you have to worry about here C3 to G3, right? So C3 to G3. So this is my total, right? I'm using my fill handle to fill this. Then comes the average, equal average, same cell range you have to go with C3 to G3, right? And then you can use the fill handle to fill this as well. So if you want to format these, if you don't want to see these huge decimal places, you can just do it with number formatting. You can format up to any decimals. You can do the formatting, but here I'm using the decimals up to 2, right? And here we have some more things like maximum marks, minimum marks, number of present students, number of students all together, right? Uh, Actually, they have used this cell range and they have make these things merged, merge and center. These things merge and center, right? Select the cells. 2 cells are taken, merge and center. So yeah, these things are actually left aligned. If you see, actually I missed this. This is also left aligned, right? Okay. So here I want to take the maximum marks of the subject 1. So they have given you a new function called max, right? You have to take the cell range from C3 to C12, right? To the, can you see the highlighted one range, right? So 89 is the highest mark for subject 1, and we can use the fill handle to fill everything like this, very easy. Next one, it's the minimum marks for the each subject. We'll take min and same cell range, C3 to C12. Okay. And then you can use the fill handle to fill this. So here they're asking number of present students. That means who are not absent, right? A, B things you cannot count. Here, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You cannot take the absent students. So for that, we have a function called count because it takes only the numeric value of the cell range. So what are the cells which are having numerics only? They will calculate. So C3 to C12, same cell range, it's not changing. So there are only 7 students came on that day. So I'm using fill handle to fill all the things. And next thing is the number of students in the class. Altogether, how much? We already know it's 10, but we'll see how what's the function we are going to use. There's a special function called function count A. Can you see the definition? Counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. That means it will take numbers, letters, anything, symbols, anything, they will be counted. So the cell range is same thing, C3 to C12, right? So 10 is the answer for all. They have just given you to show how you can do this, right? So I will be adding the borders and let me add some colors to make it look like the same thing they have given. So please do these things rather than just watching the video. You do it yourself. I'm using different colors than the real thing they have given. So you can use whatever colors you want. And they're asking you to save this file in a new location, not the same location. So you have to save, then you can see it's saved in a new location. So I have first term marks in a one location and first term marks 2 in another location. So I have done it as per the book, right? Then they're asking you to do about sorting. Let me quickly show the book, right? Yeah, so in this one, they're asking you to do sorting, right? Sorting can be done in different ways. For example, you can sort according to the total marks obtained, right? So it's a custom sorting. So then you can find the class first. Actually, here the class first is gynae. Or you can do the sorting based on the alphabetical order A to Z based on the name, right? So that also you can do. So they have given you the steps also. So data can be sorted according to our requirement. First, the cell range needs to be selected and select all the cell ranges, leaving out only the titles, and then you can sort. Filter can be used, right? It's in the home menu, and we can sort based on A to Z or Z to A. So sorting is very important because then you can easily get the information very quickly, right? Here it should be Bimalka, right? The name. Others are all correct, but here the name is different. So if you want to sort, select the date range, and you can use this sort and filter, and you can sort A to Z. So Bimalka will come to the top, right? Yeah, that's about the sort. And they're asking you to open the document collection, which we created in Activity 2.2. And they are going to draw a graph on it, right? So we can collection graph. They have used a column graph. So you have to select the cell range B2 to D16, and you can select this column thing in insert ribbon. So in latest versions, you can directly select the suitable graph itself from the ribbon itself, right? And the graphs will be always created on the same worksheet, right? So if you want to move it to a new worksheets, you can do that as well, right? For example, click on the graph which was created and you can move it to a new location. You can use the design ribbon, or you can right click on the graph itself and move it, right? And they're asking you to move it to the chart too. And they're asking you to add a title, right? And change colors also, right? We'll quickly do this and see. Okay, so this is a worksheet, right? So they ask you to select B2 to D16 actually, right? So this is the cell range. So you can go for insert, and here you have so many charts. So you can select the relevant chart itself here. Like if you want a column chart like this, okay. Or here itself you can pick it up. This 2D column, yeah, that would be better. So here we got the chart in the same worksheet. They want to move it. So you can right click and move. Okay, like this, it is easier. You can tell, okay, I want a new worksheet called chart 2, right? So it will be in a new worksheet. And here you can change the title of your worksheet as well. So we can change it from here as well. Week end collection, right? We can change the colors also like this if you want. See, different combinations. I'll go for this, right? And I can save all these changes. So next, they are telling to change it to a pie. So here, the cell range for pie chart, they are going to use two cell ranges, names and the totals. And remember, these cell ranges are not in the adjacent cells. So you have to do this according to what they have told you. So they're asking you to select the cell range, right? The names, and press the control key and then select the totals. Then you can go for pie chart under the insert ribbon, and you can select a suitable graph, and you can move it to another new sheet, right? And you can do the formatting and save. We'll quickly do and see. So let me move this to here. So we have the data. So they want to take B2 to B16, right? And press the control key and then gets the totals, right? And then you go for insert and you go for pie charts, and you can select 2D pie charts, right? So this is the same thing we got. We can move it to a new worksheet called chart 3. Okay, so this is my chart, right? So, okay, so let me change this as total, right? And here in your thing, like they have shown you the percentages, so you can do that as well. You can do the chart title like this, data labels. Is this one, this down thing. Legend, you can move it to right if you want. If you want, you can change the colors. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so something like this, similar to the same thing what you get in the book. So you can try these things at home as well, right? Okay, so okay, so that's the pie chart, and in 2.10, they're asking you to create different graphs using other informations also, right? You know, in this one, you use name and total. You can go for name and average. You can create different graphs and practice, right? So yeah, that's the end of the workbook chapter 2 of grade 9. So I think you learn a lot of things, especially practical things. Please do follow the video and do this, right? That's the most important thing. So if you haven't still subscribed my channel, please do subscribe, and please add comments for each and every video, so that if you have, for example, if you have a question, if you want to give a feedback, if you want to say how thankful you are, anything, yeah, anything is fine. So, and please share these videos among your friends as well, because I think it would be really great. Uh, you can learn a lot, right? Okay, so thank you very much.